Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Friday. Yes, Friday, we made it. That's awesome. The weekend is here. I hope you guys had an awesome week. Doesn't even matter because the weekend is here. I hope you guys are ready for the weekend, ready to bring it in, ring it out, whatever you're planning on doing, do it awesome. Quickly, before we get started, I am in the finishing processes of my course on how to lose weight. 5 simple secrets that are, 5 little known secrets. If you're interested in getting your hands on some early bird access or some input on the finishing touches, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Today, January 29th, is actually Have Fun at Work Day. So, happy Have Fun at Work Day. That's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. I figured this was pretty cool because work nowadays is not really what anybody thought it would be, or any sort of situation that whatever it is, whether it be, so what I wanted to do in this instance was make it how to have fun at work / home, because a lot of us nowadays are working from home. So I figured, you know what, why not blend work and home? Some of these you can do it, some of these I think are home specific, but most of these you can incorporate both at home and at work. So let's get it started, right? We're all looking for something to smile about, some ways to have fun, different ideas. I mean, the boredom rate is probably through the roof, higher than it's ever been in life. So to say we need to find things to kind of keep our minds off of things and to have a little bit of fun is the understatement of the year. I get it, the century. So you know what? Why not? Let's try and figure out some ways to incorporate some fun into our work, right? Because we have to work, we have to make a living, we need to, have an income and all that stuff. But doesn't mean we can't have fun along the way, and it doesn't also mean that we can't incorporate fun into work. So that's where I come in. I got some tips that I found that help me sort of have a little bit more fun at work, at home, and then a little bit more fun in the workplace. For me, I like to have fun. I like to get loud and rowdy. That's me. A lot of the introverts are like, no way, get away from me. I don't want to be a part of you. But that to me is what I describe as fun, right? Not everybody thinks like that, and not everybody has that way of, or not everybody thinks that that's fun. So that's where I want to share a little bit, or a few tips. I've got 7 of them that can, help you incorporate a little bit more fun into your life. Let's get it going. Tip number 1 is to redecorate. This is actually really cool because this gets your creative juices flowing. This automatically makes you more happy, makes you uplifted, right? When you get to redecorate, think Christmas time, Halloween time. Those are different. Those are holiday specific ways of redecorating ideas in that sort of aspect. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to wait until a holiday to redecorate. I mean, right here is Have Fun at Work Day, right? That's today. So we might as well have fun at work and redecorate, right? Even if you're going to do it, even if you're going to change it back on Monday, why not take advantage of it today and let loose a little bit. If there's something that you've been wanting to put in your office space or on your desk, or a certain way that you've wanted to work for a while, try it out. Why not? Have a little bit of go around. If it works, great. If not, whatevs. You just try something new. If you wanted to hang pictures up, certain pictures, if you wanted to change your screensaver, right? Change your screensaver. That's an easy way to redecorate that you don't even have to change back. It's I guess as long as it's company complicit. If you're working for a company, then it's yours. You can keep it. I don't see why not. And then if it's your own personal computer, of course you can keep it because it's on your own personal. So Redecorating is also, like I mentioned before, it's going to help with the creative juices. It's automatically going to make you happier, going to make you in a better mood, because you get to put sort of your touches on your office space and you get to make it really yours. And I mean, I'm not really too much into that, but I know Tina is definitely like that. We can't have stuff in the apartment for the same way for a long time. She just gets bored of it, right? So she likes to redecorate. Me, whatevs, it is what it is. But redecorating is something that gives her a lot of pleasure, right? And that might be the same with you. So if redecorating is a way that gives you pleasure or brings you pleasure, right? We're talking about those chemicals that we release in the brain, the dopamine, the serotonin, right? Those chemicals that make you have, or what, they're the happy chemicals. So those are, that's just one simple way. And we're not talking about some huge redecorating thing, right? Some huge, like, bring in a whole new desk and chairs and have a bowling alley in your office. I don't know, I'm going crazy right now. But, you know, just moving your computer around, right? Giving yourself a different vantage point, right? When you're typing on the computer. I find that for me is actually really beneficial, because you're looking at the same thing over and over, and when you give yourself a little bit different of a vantage point, right away you start thinking differently and all sorts of stuff happens. Number 2 is to blast your favorite music, and this is sort of I would say situation or place specific, right? If you're, for us in an apartment building, we can't really blast music too loud. And then if you're at work, you probably can't blast it too loud, right? But if you're in the right in the right setting, in the right environment, you can definitely blast it as loud as you want. And if your coworkers are okay with it, that's it, game over right there. But this is easy right here. This is sort of a cheat code. I love this one, because as soon as you already know the feeling. You know this. As soon as your favorite song comes on the radio, you're definitely jamming out. You're rocking out. You're waiting for the part that you know, and so that you can just nail it, and you're killing it, and you can't help but dance, right? You're jamming. One of the things that I read was Microsoft does this. They actually blast music at about 3 o'clock when everybody's kind of hit that downward slope and they're ready to go home, right? Get your juices flowing, pump you right up, get your heart rate pumping, get you dancing, get you moving, sweating a little bit. Doesn't matter, right? So this is easy right here. You already know the feeling that you get when your favorite song comes on the radio, or when you're putting together your favorite playlist, right, for your exercise or your run or something, and you have those songs, or even if you think of something that your favorite song comes into your head just because you're jamming out, you're rocking out, or even when you get that annoying song that just sticks in your head and you can't help but dance to it, right? So music is definitely one of those things that it reacts with your brain in a way to bring back good memories. So when you hear music, your brain actually brings you back a good memory. Or when you hear good music, right, that is attached to a good memory, that's when your brain brings you back that memory and you automatically are happy in that moment. Favorite music, that's a cheat code right there. Play a board game. My next tip, play a board game. This can happen either at the office or at home. The board game at the office is a little bit more, situational, right? You want to limit it to maybe your breaks and lunchtime, unless you're doing like a super cool thing with the office, right? And you all get together and you do it together, whatever. It is what it is. But board games are definitely an easy way for you to bring the family together. What you can do, you can't really bring people over now, but you can definitely set up, FaceTime, Zoom, all sorts of internet connection things that have, video chat. That's what I'm looking for. The video chat things. To put it up on your TV, and then that way you've got your family and another family, or maybe your friends or whatever. You're all sitting there playing games, rocking out, got that music playing, and this is That's it right there. When you're playing games, you know, you got that competitive spirit going. You can't help but smile and laugh, and you're rocking out. Me, I'm really competitive, so I don't really get to play too much because I'm really competitive. But you get what I mean. You get my gist, right? And even when I am playing and being super competitive, it's really just my drive to win, right? I want to win, and that's it. You're incorporating everybody together. You're sort of that team bonding thing, family bonding time, right? And then that's just a simple way to get your mind off of daily hustle and bustle, right? Whatever you've got going on, especially if you need a way to take a break, right? Because we're not robots. We're designed to go and then take a break, right? So if we go, and then take a break, take our mind off of it by playing a board game, that's only going to increase productivity, either A, throughout the rest of the day, or B, throughout the rest of the week, depending on where you are and how the situation that you're in with regards to playing the game. My next tip is to switch up your workplace. And this one is actually very convenient because it's not actually something too difficult that you have to incorporate. It's not a huge change that you need to figure out how to do it. You just simply switch from where you're working. This one is obviously more general to at home. You switch from your office. It's easy because in your office, you're like, oh, I'm in the office, I'm working. You're definitely working in the office, right? Anywhere else in the house, you're kind of just goofing off and doing whatever, right? But in the office, you're working. So why not just take your computer, say, out to the backyard or even on the balcony for us, right? And then that way it gives you a little bit different space. This is what I was talking about, changing up your focal point, right? So when you switch environments, you automatically switch your brain into a different type of thinking, right? If you're in the office, you're in work mode, you're in that sort of thought process right there. But if you're in, say, the common area, or if you're in the backyard, or if you're on the balcony, whatever, the front yard, any sort of place like that is going to be a different environment for you, and therefore it's going to cause you to think differently, right? There's different thoughts that are going on in your head, in your mind. There's different ways for you to approach ideas and situations, and then if you just change up your workspace a little bit, you're going to you click on something, some different thought process, some different way of looking at things, and it's going to be very beneficial, again, to increase productivity, give you a new way of looking at things in a different perspective. My next tip is to have an indoor picnic. This one was cool. I saw this one and I was like, this is cool. I like this one. Obviously, again, this one's kind of more tailored to the work at home people. But an indoor picnic is awesome, right? You build a fort if you wanted to. And this is a way, again, that you can incorporate the whole family. You can, make like an outing of it. And this is definitely, because even, like I said, this one's more specific to at home. But even when you're working at home, you're definitely going to eat, right? You're going to take a lunch break. You're probably going to take some sort of break throughout the day. So why not take that time and just have an indoor picnic, right? Make a fort out of blankets and pillows and all sorts of fun stuff. And then, have yourself some sandwiches and some juice. Take the little picnic basket, right? And just enjoy yourself. Indulge in something that you're not used to doing because you don't normally think about that, right? We're looking at ways to have fun, to incorporate fun into our daily lives, right? Into the daily hustle and bustle that we go through. And any way that we can do that to take our mind off of things and to give us a different sort of perspective. That's going to be easy right there. Indoor picnics, one of the funnest things I can think of. Building a fort, doing some cool stuff like that. That's awesome. I saw that one and I really had to include that one. Again, specific more to the work at home people, but we're trying to have fun at work, right? So a lot of people work at home now, and that to me is an easy way to have fun, to incorporate a little bit of laughter into your day and excitement, and get you away from just working all day, right? And my next tip, I like this one. It's reward yourself. Everything that you do in life is not let me rephrase that. everything worthwhile in life is not going to come easy. So therefore, it's going to be a struggle. Sometimes it's going to be very hard, and it's not always going to come as easy as you thought it would be. So that's why when you do get successes, when you do find stuff to be happy about, when you do find those little joys in life, you have to definitely reward yourself. You have to give yourself the pat on the back. You have to give yourself, and even if you wanted to say treat yourself to some movie night, dinner night, even if you wanted to call that friend that you've been neglecting to call, or whatever it is that you find rewarding to yourself. And another a cool activity that I like to do actually is journal down what actually makes you happy, right? If you don't know what makes you happy, therefore you can't really reward yourself, right? Because you won't give yourself what you actually want, right? So why not take the time and make a list of what actually makes you happy, what you like to do, stuff that's gonna bring excitement to your life, right? So that's a cool activity in itself. Figuring out what matters to you, what's gonna make a difference, what do you classify as cool things to do, as rewarding, right? One of the things that this is kind of a little bit off topic, but one of the things that I read was with regards to exercise, right? Whenever you exercise, you put $1 in a jar, so that, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, whenever you decide to look in that jar, you've got a reward, right? You've got money, and then that way you get paid to exercise, and you're professional in that point. And that to me is cool, because we don't do a whole lot in life unless there's money involved, right? You get paid you spend X amount of time at work and you get paid for it, right? You get that reward. You spend X amount of time anywhere else and you get paid for it, right? That's your reward. So why not pay yourself to make better decisions in your life? You could do it every time you exercise. You could do it every time, you say thanks to somebody for something. Every time you eat healthier, right? Because when you eat healthier, you tend to look better, and then you tend to feel better and make better choices. So it's all a ripple effect, right? But you have to understand that at the base of it, we do things for reward. We do things for a thanks, a pat on the back, all sorts of stuff. So reward yourself, right? Be that hero that you need, and understand that life is a struggle. Right? For the most part, life is a struggle. It's going to knock you down. And every time you get back up, that's another check mark on your list of being awesome. Reward yourself. At the very least, thank yourself for being so great. I do. And then my last tip, more than anything, is essential oils. I love using essential oils for every single situation in life. And then this one, having fun, is no different of a scenario. But essential oils like bergamot. Bergamot is actually the oil of self-love. So again, this goes with rewarding yourself, right? If there's ever an oil to reward yourself with, it's an oil of self-love. And this one comes from Italy, so I love it. It's actually a toned down version of, I believe the bergamot is a lemon. So it's actually a toned down version of the lemon, but I love this one. I use this one pretty much on a daily basis. Another oil is basil. Basil is actually a natural stimulant. So anytime you need a sort of pick-me-up, get up and go, it's great for increasing focus, concentration. Smells like pizza, right? So at the base of it, it's still basil, still smells like a herb. But a lot of people tell me that I smell like spaghetti all the time, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And then my last oil is an oil called jasmine. Jasmine is used more frequently as an aphrodisiac, but this is also another one that could be used again as like a self-love, rewarding yourself way. The aroma is actually very uplifting and energizing. It's really an awesome aroma. I like using this one. This one we have in the Touch version, which just basically means that it's in fractionated coconut oil, so it's easier to apply. I love applying this one onto my wrists, my pulse points, just like that, so I get the aroma with me all the time. That's all I got for you for today. Happy have fun at work / home day, wherever you're working from. I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope it's rocking out. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils, or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or how to get early bird access into my weight loss course, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a very happy Friday, and I wish you guys the happiest of weekends. I love you guys. Bye for now.